I was very young, only 4 or 5 at most, before either of my siblings were born. It was just Mommy and Daddy and me, living in our little house in Great Bend, Kansas. Very quaint. We were a young family without much money, and most of our furniture was second-hand. It was the middle of the day. Summer. Hot. Boring. I was playing marbles by myself on the thin carpet beside the huge old flower-patterned couch. Mom was down the hall in the kitchen, and Dad was at work. Why I was trying to roll marbles around on the carpet, I don't know. We had a perfectly good linoleum floor, after all. But there I was, swishing the marbles back and forth, happily bouncing them into each other, and then in my overzealous enthusiasm, I rolled too hard. My favorite marble, the clear, ruby-red one, zipped into the dark space under the couch and was lost. Damn it! Dad wasn't home, and he was the only one strong enough to move that huge old couch for me. I'd have to get my marble back myself. I reached my hand under the couch, tentatively at first, then deeper, and carrying no marbles, I pulled my hand out in disappointment. I remember the image vividly, and I suspect I always will. It was a slim hand, with tapered fingers. A woman's hand. It was gnarled and wrinkled, as if aged, and it was dead black. Not black as in African, black as in dead. Of course, back then, I didn't know that corpses blacken as they decompose, so I didn't know what the black meant. The hand reached out to me, as far as it could, which was just up to the wrist. Then it retreated under the couch. Then it emerged again, this time pushing with a little crumpled-up plastic bag with a logo on it I didn't recognize. I waited, as if expecting me to take the bag. Then, when I didn't, it pulled the bag back under the couch and was gone. I got up, walking down to the kitchen, and told my mommy what had happened. Why didn't I run screaming, or at least run? I really don't know. All I can say is I was a little kid. A hand reaching out from under the couch at me didn't seem like that huge a deal. I hadn't yet learned that what was and was not permissible in reality. I had no world view. Mom was skeptical, but walked me back to the couch and explained how I was probably imagining things. She even reached her hand under the couch to convince me that nothing was down there. Later, Dad lifted the couch up for me, and the only thing under it was, of course, my missing marble, plus a few more marbles I didn't even remember losing. But here's the scary part. For years I remember this. I even developed a weird fantasy of little hand people living under the couch. And I, in my childlike innocence, believed that they would catch me and take me away if I ever reached into their domain again. Then as I grew older, I wrote the memory off as a dream I had as a child. Cute, but silly. Then a few years ago, I recounted the story to my mother. She gave me a funny look and told me she remembered it, because after all, she had been there. She told me that she remembered me coming to her in the middle of the day, telling her about the hand on the couch. Remembered being highly disturbed by my story, since I was an extremely quiet, well-behaved kid who didn't ever lie. She then told me about the couch itself. According to her, she and Dad had gotten the couch from the estate of an old woman who had actually died on it. This was the first time I had heard about this, but it sure explained why they got rid of the couch within a month of my story. But here's the part that truly frightens me, even to this day. The part that I have to try so hard to get out of my mind some nights. Remember the bag the hand pushed towards me? I've never forgotten the logo that was on it, and recently, as in a few years ago, I saw the same logo again. What looked like the same type of bag in a hardware store. It was a bag of utility razor blades. Good night.